Video gaming, once a form of entertainment enjoyed by solo players and local cooperative players, has become a powerful force for building strong, interconnected communities. Thanks to the internet, games have evolved from being primarily campaign or story mode based to the multiplayer game modes of today. Unlike cooperative game modes that use the same device, like when you challenge a friend to Street Fighter 2 at an arcade, players can now connect, collaborate, and compete without sharing the same screen or even the same continent. According to OVI Esports in their Medium article Gaming as a Social Connector, quote, "Far from the outdated stereotype of gaming as a solitary activity, it has become a powerful social connector, bringing people together in virtual spaces. Games like Minecraft or League of Legends require teamwork, communication, and shared objectives, mirroring the essence of real-world social interactions." For many adults, gaming offers not only a way to unwind, but also an avenue for interaction and shared experience. According to a study in the Kazetsart Journal of Social Sciences, playing video games, quote, "creates a sense of belonging to a group, allowing players to build relationships that often extend beyond the virtual world into real-life social networks. This dynamic makes gaming a rich space for exploring interconnectedness and collective action." So today, let's explore exactly how has the internet revolutionized the way we play, communicate, and build gaming communities. In the early 2000s, PC and console gamers took their first steps into collaborative gameplay through local area networks, or LANs. Using Ethernet cables and a modem router, gamers could connect their devices for shared multiplayer experiences before developer servers were introduced. LAN parties became the ultimate social event for gamers, lighting up college campuses worldwide. Games like Counter-Strike and World of Warcraft were staples of this era. And while this gameplay style helped build communities, those communities were still limited by geography, age, and language. According to TechCrunch, quote, "By the time of the Xbox 360 release in November 2005, online multiplayer gaming was an integral part of the experience. As instant messaging services like AOL and MSN winded down, there was a void for how to find gaming communities online. It's at this time new social platforms were created. Platforms like Twitch and Discord have elevated the social aspect of gaming even further. Twitch describes itself as an interactive live streaming service for content spanning gaming, entertainment, sports, music, and more. Twitch turned gameplay into a form of live entertainment where players can broadcast their skills while audiences cheer them on in real time. These interactions are about more than just gameplay. They reflect the dynamic relationship between streamers and their viewers. As sociologist T.L. Taylor noted,
"The pleasures and the joy of sharing your online play are now facilitated through live streaming platforms. And importantly, they let the audience not only see somebody playing, but they allow them to communicate with them and to communicate with each other as well. And this is a new vibrant space of gaming that I think is having profound impacts on media and culture."
As another study from the Journal of Broadcasting and Electronic Media points out, quote, "Social integration is evidently a crucial need shared by micro-streamers and their viewers. Twitch viewers are motivated to meet new people, interact, receive support, and feel a communal belonging that relieves anxiety. Players looking for a sense of belonging are creating their own communities and making connections with viewers on air, turning each stream into a shared interactive experience." Discord, on the other hand, has become the go-to hub for gamers to connect. The company describes itself as a free app that allows users to communicate in real time through text, voice, and video. With customizable servers, voice chats, and integrated gaming tools, it provides a seamless way to plan strategies, share content, and build communities. Both platforms exemplify how the internet has redefined gaming as a shared experience that goes beyond any game and becomes interactive. While the internet has redefined gaming as a social experience, it has also exposed players to a darker side. Online gaming spaces can sometimes become breeding grounds for unsavory behavior like toxicity, harassment, and even extremism. According to the New York Times, extremist groups have found fertile grounds in online gaming communities, using private chats and multiplayer games to recruit and radicalize players. These groups exploit the anonymity the internet provides while using its reach to spread ideologies to targeted, younger and more impressionable players. Experts also warn that these platforms can amplify harmful behaviors. Gaming spaces are increasingly being used to share extremist content, often disguised as jokes or memes. This phenomenon reiterates the challenges that have always persisted in online social interactions. Careful moderation. The gaming industry is taking steps to combat this. Tools like in-game reporting, removing inappropriate content, and enforcing community guidelines aim to curb these issues, but there's still much more work to be done. As for Twitch and Discord, both companies have made statements declaring they are committed to combating hateful content and will work with law enforcement whenever necessary. However, the issues don't stop there. Harassment and misogyny also plagues the industry. As reported by The Independent, many female gamers on Twitch have shared experiences of sexual abuse and relentless misogyny, some streamers even receiving threats of violence. According to a study called I Ain't No Girl, published in the Western Journal of Communication, the author states, women are likely to face various forms of harassment, including sexist comments, demands to stop playing, and requests for sexual favors when revealing their gender in multiplayer environments. Not only does this drive women away, but it fuels the unfair stereotypes that women aren't skilled or serious about gaming. This pervasive culture also stifles diversity and inclusivity in the industry. As a gamer girl myself, I can personally attest to this unfortunate behavior, though I am one of many. A few years ago, gaming giant Activision Blizzard, makers of Call of Duty, Tony Hawk Pro Skater, and Candy Crush Saga of all things, was served with a lawsuit from women employees who faced a toxic culture of inappropriate behavior, gender discrimination, and a lack of response from the company's leadership. The employees claimed they were deprived of work on projects, unwillingly transferred to different units, and selected for layoffs. CEO Bob Kotick faced large criticism for his response to the lawsuit after reports stated he was aware of the culture and failed to address it effectively. The suit was settled for $54 million. It's safe to say that gaming has certainly come a long way from the simple Pong and paddle sticks of the Atari. Gaming is now global and bleeding into pop culture through TV shows like Fallout, The Last of Us, and the most recent release of everyone's favorite plumbers, the Super Mario Bros. Whether it's through teamwork in multiplayer games, the transition from in-person LAN party into digital thriving communities, gaming has become a powerful force for relationship building. Personally, I know this to be true because that's how I met my husband. We met in person but bonded over our shared love for video games. The social aspect has become just as important as the gameplay, with players finding their people, forming bonds, and working together to dynamic, symbiotic experiences. What makes gaming truly special is the community. We're not just connecting online, we're taking these connections offline too. Gaming conventions like the former E3 and Retro GameCon, where I recently attended, provide a safe, welcoming space for fans to meet in person, celebrate, and share their love for gaming with no judgment. These events bring our online communities into the real world, turning digital connections into real friendships and celebrating the vibrant, creative culture we've all helped build. Now, who wants to play?